questions, and we got a lot of questions. We got a lot of questions in episode 1. We got a lot of questions in episode 1 about what do I do while I'm actually streaming? What do I do with my hands? And a lot of you guys were like, I don't know how to actually stream well. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do when I'm actually streaming, when maybe there's no one here or that sort of thing. You need to do what I'm doing right now. You need to talk a lot. I know we covered this before, but I'm iterating it again. Talk a lot. All the time about anything and everything. Literally never stop talking. And this is one of those things, like, if you don't have any people in your chat, doesn't matter. Keep talking about what's going on in the game. Talk about what's in your mind. Talk about questions. Literally learn to ask questions, learn to talk to people, that sort of thing. And that's one of the things. While you're streaming, one of the key things to basically make new followers, loyal followers, is thanking them. It may seem simple. We just did it with Lunsky, but literally thanking people. Talk a lot and lose your voice. Absolutely. This is one of the things I see a lot of streamers don't do. When you're first starting out, you absolutely need to do this. Literally thanking a follow and addressing a follow or sub can mean the world of difference between whether they stick around or not. So when you are actually in the middle of streaming, make sure you do this. I mean, Lunsky just subbed. I thanked him, and maybe that makes the difference between him subbing again or not. Actually, I'm pretty sure Lunsky maybe stick around for, ever, but that doesn't, that's a different story. If it was anyone else, maybe they wouldn't. If I didn't address that, if I didn't address them donating to me or subbing to me or anything like that, then maybe they're just never going to come back, and people look for that. Even if it's just a simple hello, it can literally mean the world of difference between, especially brand new people to Twitch. And those are the people you're looking for. You're going to have a lot of people who are brand new to Twitch come by your stream, and if they're brand new to Twitch, that can be literally a loyal follower who never leaves you. If you literally shout them out because they hit a follow button, that can literally mean the world of difference to somebody who literally comes back and watches you every single day. And a streamer who does this makes you feel welcome. Exactly. This is the other thing that I want to point out, is that while you are streaming, learn to be insane. And this sounds ridiculous, but learn to be insane. And what I mean by this is remove the filter in your mind that says, don't say this is stupid. Remove the fucking filter. Literally let yourself come out in the full capacity. So when people are like, what do you mean? I'm kind of shy. I don't talk a lot. Literally learn to just keep talking and remove that filter. Speaking of thanking people, Greggle with a brand new sub. Greggle just subbed to me, and now, see, I'm gonna go through and now a demonstration. Greggle just subbed to me. I have the Twitch alerts off right now just for the stream, but Greggle just subbed to me. So Greggle, I'm gonna give you guys an example. I'm sure you guys have noticed throughout many different streams that everybody has sort of a catchphrase or something like that goes along with those things. So if Greggle would have just followed, I would have been like, Greggle, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Team Smash. And it sounds cheesy and it's a gimmick, but for brand new people, it means the world. And the people who are just following, that means the world as well. Now, for subs and stuff like that Greggle just did, with Greggle just subbing, what I will do is, instead of, welcome to Team Smash or something, I'll thank him for the sub. I mean, he's supporting my stream at this point. He's basically donating. And when he's doing that, it's helping me out. It's helping our stream grow, our community grow. And the other big thing is that, we get a bigger opportunity to thank them because it means the world to me. So a lot of people love it if you just thank them, if you give a little story. And I've seen many people. What happened to Greggle? I don't know. I've seen many people on Twitch do crazy things for their subs. I'm not sure if you guys have watched Call of Cthulhu, but he makes up an entire story anytime somebody subs. It's amazing. It's one of the coolest things, and it brings in new subs when you do so. So that's one of the things, like, if you guys ever get fully partnered, do not ever lose that aspect of thanking your follows or your subs. Now, maybe when you get to the point where you've grown to the point of massive fucking proportions that you don't have to thank your followers anymore, I understand, because they're popping up every 2 seconds. Don't at least make it to where they still pop up on stream. A lot of people just want to see their name on stream. And a lot of other people want to hear themselves, shout it out. So, definitely keep in mind that sometimes just shouting someone out can get someone else to sub or get someone else to do that. So that's one of the things. Back to being insane though. Seriously, remove your fucking filter. Say whatever is on your mind. Do it. Just do it. Literally just let it flow. Like, practice, even when you're not on stream, practice doing stream of consciousness speaking. And so what that means, literally everything that comes to your mind, you just say. Everything that comes to your mind, you just say. And when you start doing this, especially while playing a game, like, work on this while you're not streaming. Work on saying, like, talking about what you're doing, work on saying whatever is going on. And then once you get used to that, once that becomes second nature of just saying whatever is on your mind, you can start actually interjecting that and altering it in ways and making different voices or pointing out different things and making things goofy and telling jokes and that sort of thing. Hashtag no filter. Literally remove the filter. Like, this is going to be the exact opposite of everything you've learned your entire life. Your entire life, you've been taught that you really shouldn't say that at this time, or you shouldn't do this at this time. While you're streaming, you need to absolutely remove that. You need to unlearn all those lessons about that. So literally narrate everything you're doing. Like, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, if you're going to get coffee in the morning, start, like, literally going, yep, and I'm now pouring the creamer in my coffee and getting that sugar and swirling it in there. And oh my God, look at that swirl. Sounds ridiculous, but I just broadcasted coffee. You can do the same thing with your games. Literally, however your streamer personality comes out, narrate everything that you're doing and make it entertaining. That's the other thing. It's like, not only just say what's coming to your mind, but try to make it entertaining. Think of how you would want to be entertained as well. Talk to yourself like you're fucking mental. You know, crazy people everywhere. Look at that swirl. It's amazing. The other thing is when you're first starting out, you're not gonna have many people talking. Here's the thing. When you have a ton of people in your chat talking, it's a crutch. And it's a great crutch to have. It's fantastic. It makes streaming easy. It makes streaming so easy when you have a million people talking. Like, I could sit here and not do these slides and just sit here and talk to you guys for the rest of the stream. And we can hang out and we can literally just talk. I mean, we're having a conversation where I'm speaking, but you guys are typing, and it works. It works. Yes, there's a delay and all this other stuff, but when people are talking, literally that's all we're doing is we're having a conversation. It's not so much broadcasting as just talking. Now, the problem is that when you're first starting out, you don't have that. So you kind of have to actually learn to stream. You have to learn to be a broadcaster before you can be a conversationalist. And then you eventually go back to broadcasting and during your Twitch lifetime. And so what this means is that when you first start streaming, you're going to stream like no one's watching, because no one is. Because no one is. So here's what you do. It's basically you start doing exactly what I was just talking about. You narrate everything. Now, however, if you want to get chat started talking, if you want to get them, you want to start moving towards that conversationalist stream, what you want to do is start asking questions. Oftentimes, that's all that's needed to be happen. Is oftentimes all you need to do is start asking people, how was your day? How was your weekend? What do you guys think of this? Especially if it's related to the game you're playing. You know, if I'm playing Warframe or something, I'm like, what do you guys think of this build? Does anybody else have any good builds or that sort of thing? Keep in mind, when you do ask questions, do not get impatient. Do something else while you're waiting for the answer of the question, because there is that delay on Twitch. So keep in mind that while the delay is still there on Twitch, do not get impatient. If you're the impatient sort, maybe questions aren't a great way, and maybe you just keep going on broadcasting and eventually get people who do talk and you can just respond to them. But just having that response to chat, it sort of becomes a reflex thing. And you kind of can develop that as you get more people who start talking, but you got to get them to start talking at some point. And sometimes it's just doing funny things on stream, but if you still can't get them to start talking, just start asking them questions. Ask them how their day was. Ask them, one of the amazing things that I found that you can ask people is what their name means. There's a lot of times where everybody has like a backstory behind their name besides me. No, but even then, I have backstory. That right there was a backstory. That right there was a backstory on my name. I don't have really a backstory. It's my name followed by a bunch of random numbers. I thought the numbers were cool. You know, honestly, it was my college ID number. And I found it funny that it was literally just 2 numbers repeated. And so I literally just smacked it on the end of it. Yes, I wanted to get rid of it, but everybody has a sort of story behind their name. And so one of the cool things you can do is mention like, hey, what does your name mean? Or how do I pronounce your name? Because everyone fucking sucks at pronouncing people's names. So ask someone, how do I pronounce your name? Is a great way to actually open up a conversation with them. Another way is while you're thanking your follows and subs, if it's somebody brand new, mentioning if you find a name that's cool, if you find a name that is actually like entertaining to you, bring that up. Mention that, hey, certain names are actually really cool. Like, I really love your name. I cannot tell you how many people's names that come into my stream, like Wiffle Fluffer, who just followed. That name fucking rocks, dude. Wiffle Fluffer, your name is cool. Like, I don't know what it means. It sounds like, you know, like you're messing with a subwoofer, but you're fluffing. I don't know. But your name is cool. Like, it rolls off the tongue well. Very, very cool. So like bringing up stuff like that is one amazing way to bring in new followers. And so one of the cool things you can do is actually like put somebody in this chair right here. Put somebody in this chair. And some people are like, oh, some people don't want to be, you know, like called out like that. If they don't, they'll ignore it. You know, like just bringing it up once though, if they ignore it, then you ignore it. That's how it works. And if they ignore, if it's not a thing that they really enjoy doing, then yeah, maybe you lost one. But to be honest with you, the percentage of people who love it when you call them out more and call out their cool names and stuff like that and compliment them it's way better than the people who get really shy about it. And the people who get shy will just keep watching and ignore you. So, you know, if they do leave, that's like maybe one in a few hundred or so. It's much better percentage to honestly address the people, because that's what you want to do. You're building a community. And if you want your community to be a bunch of lurkers, that's fine. You can not call them out. But to be honest with you, building a community is the number one important way to grow on Twitch. And if you can build that community, you have people who will regularly come back and hang out because they talk. And they talk to the other people in your chat and they talk to you. So that's one of the things, like definitely call them out. Definitely put them in that spotlight and ask them questions. Here's the other thing. This fucking GIF is the prime example of one of the coolest things that you can have happen that is very different from when you're streaming games and you're just playing games. This is fucking awesome. He's like, I'm gonna start stripping now. I'm starting stripping. Glitches in games are glorious. You want every fucking glitch to happen in every game ever. You want it because you know what it does? It makes the joke for you. I mean, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what is this? Oh, I'm floating away because I'm stripping. What the hell? It's amazing because it literally makes a joke for you. Anytime a glitch happens in the game, point it out. Stop what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you get killed. It doesn't matter if you're focused on this. Literally stop and point out every fucking glitch you can and make fun of it. Because glitches in games while you're playing alone mean nothing. But when you're playing with a bunch of people, you can all laugh at how fucking ridiculous it is. Because glitches are amazing. And they're gonna happen. They're gonna happen in the AAA titles. They're gonna happen in the indie games. But to be honest with you, anytime you see a glitch, point that shit out, laugh at it, make a joke about it, make his stupid voice like I just did. You know, like, do the things that you can to point out those glitches and turn what is already an obvious joke into a more obvious joke. So definitely do that. Also, guys, keep in mind, if you are asking me questions, I will get to those when we get to the question and answer period. I'm not talking to chat right now to handle all this. Here's the other thing that I want to give you guys a tip on. A lot of people, when they get a camera or they're starting out with a camera, don't talk a lot. Stop fucking doing that. Stop fucking do that. Don't let the camera do the talking for you. If you're using the silence for comedic silence, do that. But to be honest with you, a lot of people get on the camera and think, oh, I'm on the camera, I don't have to talk a lot. No one wants to watch that shit. No one wants to watch you sit there deadpan playing a fucking game. So you're like, how do I get over that? Either you can learn to talk yourself and you can learn to get over that shit. Or one of the things I can recommend doing is turn off your cam for a bit. That awkward silence and knowing that you don't have that camera on stream will push you to start talking more. Froster did this for a little while and learned to kind of start talking more and more and more. You need to fill every single bit of silence you can. Unless you're using it for comedic silence, literally never stop talking. We've talked about this before, we've touched on it before, but dead air equals bad broadcasting. Don't ever stop talking. And literally, if you need to turn off the cam to kind of learn to stream without a cam, it will make you a better cam streamer. So if you are one of those people that use a camera all the time, maybe take a week or so and stream without a cam. Yes, you're not going to have the viewers that you're going to have with your camera. They're going to complain, but if it helps you become a better streamer and helps you grow in the long run, it may be worth it. So maybe practice without the cam and learn to stream. Like I said, learn to be a broadcaster. Watch other broadcasters that you love. Watch fucking sports and shit and notice that they don't have a camera on them, yet they're constantly talking all the time about everything that's going on. So definitely make sure that you learn to stream without a cam, even when you're on cam. That's basically what you're looking for here. The other thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about getting warmed up. Is it fucking hot in here? Hell yes it is! Take off all your clothes, stream naked. No, I'm just kidding. What I mean by this is basically what you want to do is, before you get started on your stream, learn to warm up. If you need a warm-up period, do that. Every single stream that I start off on, I go into the stream, and before I do anything, I do a sound check. I make sure we're not going to have technical difficulties. And the other big thing that I do is I warm up myself. I get myself in the mode of streaming. And so what that means is, if you need to go pull up someone else's chat or your own chat or something like that, the easiest way I found to warm up for me is to go through and greet every person's name that's in chat. Say hello to them in a different way. Don't just say, hey, what's up? Or that sort of thing. Even though I get into that same phase, I say the same phrase over and over again, it still helps to get you into the mode of streaming, reading chat quickly, going back and talking a lot, and gets you into the mode of, hey, I need to be reading chat and talking to them and automatically responding and having that knee-jerk reaction to somebody talk to me, immediately respond. So kind of look at that. Look at that as a thing that you absolutely need to do. Don't just jump in the streaming and start up streaming. Get yourself a warm up. It really, really, really helps. So hold on one second. I'm missing a thing. There we go. Okay. So here's the other thing. When you're streaming, you're going to get rated at some point. It's going to happen. You're going to get hosted. You're going to get rated. It's one of those things that's going to happen. So what do you do when that happens? Open your